God has a plan, a divine blueprint that encompasses every corner of the earth. It is a magnificent tapestry woven with threads of purpose, each thread representing a unique story, a distinct journey. Each nation, a unique color, contributes to his grand design, adding depth and richness to the overall picture. From the rise and fall of empires to the smallest victories, God's hand guides history, orchestrating events with precision. He sets up kings and removes rulers, just as Scripture says, ensuring that His purpose prevails. His ways are higher than our ways, His plans more intricate than we can fathom, His thoughts beyond our understanding, yet always working for the good of those who love Him. We may not always see the full picture, but we can trust the Master Weaver, who sees the end from the beginning. He works through individuals, communities, and yes, even nations, weaving their stories into His grand narrative. His love extends to all people, calling us to be part of something bigger than ourselves, a divine mission that transcends borders. It's in seeking His will, aligning our hearts with His, that we find our place in His grand narrative, a story of love, purpose, and eternal significance. Leaders hold a special place in God's plan. They are called to be shepherds, guiding their people with wisdom and compassion. Their decisions, their influence, have ripple effects. A righteous leader can uplift a nation, bringing justice, prosperity, and peace. History is filled with examples of leaders who, guided by faith, shaped the destiny of their people. But leadership is not about power, it's about service. It's about seeking God's will above personal ambition. It's about using one's platform to bless others, to be a vessel of His love and grace. True leadership requires humility, recognizing that all authority comes from above. The Bible is filled with stories of leaders who played pivotal roles in God's plan. Think of Moses leading the Israelites to freedom, David, a shepherd boy who became a king after God's own heart, Esther, who risked her life to save her people. Each faced immense challenges, yet they chose faith over fear, obedience over convenience. These leaders weren't perfect, they had flaws and made mistakes, yet God used them in extraordinary ways. Their lives remind us that God doesn't call the equipped, He equips the called. He can use anyone, regardless of their background or past, to accomplish His purposes. Section 4. Modern Leaders and God's Will. A question of faith. In our own time, we see leaders rise and fall. They come into power with promises of change and progress, but their tenure is often marked by controversy and debate. We may agree with some, disagree with others. Our opinions are shaped by our experiences, beliefs, and values. But we must remember that God is sovereign. His plans are beyond our understanding, and His ways are higher than our ways. He works through all things, even circumstances we don't understand. In times of uncertainty, we must trust in His divine wisdom and purpose. To say whether a specific leader like Donald Trump is part of God's divine plan is not for us to judge. It is a matter of faith and trust in God's ultimate authority. Only God knows the heart. He sees beyond the surface and understands the true intentions and motivations of every individual. Our role is not to judge, but to pray. To lift up our leaders in prayer, asking for divine guidance and wisdom in their decisions. To pray for our leaders that they would seek wisdom and guidance, that they would lead with integrity, compassion, and a sense of justice. To pray for our nations, that they would turn towards righteousness and justice, that they would uphold the values of truth, fairness, and equality for all. To pray that God's will be done, on earth as it is in heaven, that His kingdom would come, bringing peace, love, and harmony to all corners of the world. Section 5. Trusting the Master Weaver. An invitation to hope. The world can feel uncertain, the future unknown. In these moments of doubt and confusion, it's easy to lose sight of the bigger picture. But we can rest in the assurance that God is still on the throne. His presence is a constant, unwavering, and steadfast. He is working His plan even when we can't see it. Every moment, every event is woven into the grand tapestry of His design. Our job is to trust Him, to walk by faith, not by sight, to believe that even in the darkest times there is a purpose and a plan, to shine His light in our corners of the world, to be instruments of His peace and love. Every small act of kindness, every gesture of love reflects His glory. Let us choose hope over fear, love over judgment. In a world that often feels divided, let us be the ones who bring people together. Let us be agents of unity and reconciliation, building bridges instead of walls. Our actions, no matter how small, can make a significant impact, for in the end it is not our plans that prevail, but His. His wisdom surpasses our understanding, and His love is boundless. And His plan is always for good, for He works all things together for the good of those who love Him. Trust in His timing, for it is perfect.